Hello, my name is Werner Baumgartner. I'm currently in Ningbo, China, a city about 200 kilometers south of Shanghai. Ningbo is a very rich city, and I'm here at the campus of the Nottingham University. I'm here to interview today Dr. Dirk Moosmayer, who is professor for marketing in this university. So you came here a short time ago,
Right.
to Ningbo and to China. What were your motives to come to this place?
Well, first, coming to China is kind of a vibrant economy at the moment. If there is, in terms of economy, a place to be, probably it's here in China. Ningbo area in particular is the region, the province with the highest gross domestic income per capita in China, with substantial entrepreneurial activities. So this is really a very interesting place to be at the moment. And then when you ask me for this particular place, University of Nottingham in China, as an English institution, it's an interesting place for European, for Western people to be. And it's also, in terms of an academic institution, a very active, lively mix of Chinese students and international students, which you would probably not find on any other campus in China. So it's kind of two dimensions. China as a country and this campus in particular to be.
In the last weeks and months, we hear in European and Western media that China's economy seems to reach a limit of growth, and some people forecast or predict that the Chinese economy will grow substantially slower in the future than now. Now, you spent some months here already. How would you see the situation from a very personal point of view here in the province of Ningbo?
I'd say, well, as you mentioned, people fear that the growth is a little slower, which may probably be true. Means we are still growing, but we will probably grow at a somewhat slower pace. If we look at the real estate market, there are quite some buildings around here which have been newly established, where apparently they are not too much rented yet at the moment. So I would assume that there is probably some decrease in the pace of growth. On the other hand, to me it appears as if the government, the central government, the local governments are aware of the issues that they have, are aware of the international discussions going on growth, and well, you might see this as the upside of the controlled market, we don't have a free market economy, but a controlled market economy, kind of a communist market economy. And for that reason, the landing will be rather soft, or it's kind of a decrease of growth, but there will not be the complete. I would not expect to have kind of the complete crash going on here in the next month or years, just because control of the central government is strong enough, and I'd assume they have some clear plans where they want.
Very surprisingly to many, China is not only one of the biggest or the biggest exporter in the world, but also a huge importer of foreign products. Now, we all know that the products that are imported are mainly in the luxury field. How can this be explained?
Well, as you mentioned, there is this interesting gap between a real bottom market and a high-end market, with kind of the middle-class market rather missing, although it's kind of more and more growing towards a middle-class market. There is a general interest of Chinese people in luxury goods, in goods that allow themselves to express kind of status, and there's this Chinese concept of face, which kind of is in personal reputation, if you want to say so, and face is very relevant in all kind of contexts, also business contexts. So if we want to make business together, we need to provide each other face by kind of showing that I accept the other person as a very valuable one, as of similar status. Here on campus, when teaching, that means I won't just say, oh, this student gave a very good answer, but I have to make sure that I kind of accredit the quality of the different students at roughly the same amount, so that there's not just the one student whom I say you did that very good, but that somewhat do that to everybody. As a consequence, luxury is kind of one means to get face, to assure that I kind of get face by driving an expensive car, by driving a Mercedes or a Porsche, so that is one reason, which also explains that many things are very different in terms of the expense structures that we find here. Like compared to Germany, where we have many people who live in very decent housing but do not even have a car or have a small car. You wouldn't probably find this in China. But here it's more our own students drive to campus with a Mercedes, but live with 4 people in one student flat, or in one room even. This is kind of a completely normal thing over here. So this is kind of probably, this concept of face and kind of own reputation, and what helps me establishing this face concept or the own reputation. This is probably one very, very important driver of Chinese.
Thank you much for this interview, Dr. Moosmayer.
Thanks.